smiles lewd, smiles last. What Promethean lure set your soul to sell in a mortgaged store that three-piece suit of freedom, profit, war? Meanwhile, the poems of westward flight, songs for a new America, were hardly done when I took the bus south, such a polarity as X against Y, to visit my mother in that delta of water, night, and void. The last return was to the cemetery and my father's grave. There, past the trees and plantings, cars take the speedway for the river bridge. And say, like Herodotus' Libyans, we come to sleep for divination on our fathers' tombs. How can their ghosts but point us on and on, over poisoned fields, up a strand of steel, where a space bridge arches a river star-coiled? Such the graveyard close of Delta return. Therefore this dark of the water-spilled grey moon, and oaks by the river over the watered plain, and moon-grey sky, and sky's legend of stars, are the ebb and flow where we go up and down the swirls of Delta night, space, place, haunt, home. Break off. Quixote's second venture to probe the small now for the now of consciousness has come round also to a time plot, in this case personal. How far from the cosmic cycles, tiger, water, wind, and fire of the Aztec sunstone? Where is the Sipapoo opening from self to world, the apocalypse opening from world to all? On the cast of a last hope, I take up the five-chambered heart, poems of love, lust, earth, waste, soul. Focusing on those of the fifth state, soul, I set three to images, and why not music? There is the shift from self to earth, and greater from earth to cosmos. I once experienced it in a dream, to be treated thereafter in fiction and poetry, in the half-gods, under the rubric, the metamorphosis of the cave. Through labyrinth enclosures of the planet we have raped and soiled, we wander as though lost in an overarching cavern, an underworld. But since that vault is the fact of the sky-smogged, trashed, and poisoned globe, the poetic distillation from the five-chambered heart takes the title of World Cave. The first response is of repudiation. I light the torch and lift it to inscribe in smoke my curse, my warning on the wall. Then, as if the very blaze of wrong had kindled stalactite sparks above, perception, groping the starred dark, shifts and widens as through speculations of earth. Is it rock crystal shining? To the illusionistic jewelings of early Christian art, this star dome at Ravenna, the poem questioning, gold mosaics? While the ceiling spreads and recedes past the speed of light, the closure of the Platonic cave become this star-cloud universe of worlds in space with constellations of a symbolic destiny. Shapes I have known, three, a moving sequence in the summer sky. As of pain, celebration, transcendence, cross, lyre, crown. So with a swifter sequence the poem sounds again. World cave, I light the torch and lift it to inscribe in smoke my curse, my warning on the wall. Is it rock crystal shining, gold mosaics, shapes I have known, cross, lyre, crown? The next poem is called Speculum Mundi, mirror or image of the world. It came to me in age, as I watched another sunset, aware that for Greek philosophy, seeing is a kind of mating, where masculine light, form or eidos, image or speculum, begets in receptive organs the things of sight, and imagining that I, body's hatching place of sense, might soon, by a dissolving return, become the light itself, I took up nature's love-death praise in a distillate of mirrored words, for which the music can only be Beethoven's Heilige Dankgesang in der Liedischen Tonart. Light through cloud now poured from the spent sun. Receiver I to the childing of your touch. I who next will be the very light, poured down cloud for the receiving eye. Great either way, sight, cloud, and sun, you into me with the same spending touch, as I then into you with child by my light. When the mirrored self fades into light, beyond the light, who calls? I am nothing, but one with the one that makes the nothing all. Remembering my grandfather's photomontage of himself in circular array, I had thought to close this alpha search with mirror reflections of myself, fading into light with the poem you have just heard. But that was not the original poem. It had waked me from sleep, deep in the night, when an old Princeton friend, as I would learn, had died. And the fading there was into star-strewn space. The poem, a ballad stanza, broken up and spread over 8 lines, is too short for any music but its own. Gnomic. The night each plows a furrow of death in the field of stars. Who calls? I am nothing, but one with the one that makes the nothing all.